guess not the result you wanted. How's the mood been amongst the boys afterwards?
Yeah, obviously disappointed out of the weekend and been a showdown. Makes Mondays when you turn up to work a little bit harder, but it's round 3 and end of round 3, and there's obviously plenty to unpack from the game to make sure we get better and improve as a group and be ready for Sydney this week.
Have you done the review yet, and if so, what's it identified?
No, we haven't had the team review with the players, but as coaches we've sat down, and I think everyone obviously was at the game and could see that, I guess defensively through the whole game, we probably didn't defend that well as a team. So that was one area, no doubt about it. And then in crucial moments within the game, and that's not just the last quarter, I think right through the game where we had lapses. So it's got to be addressed, and we obviously got to be better. And that's all areas of our game to make sure that we, I guess, close the gap between our consistent moments or inconsistent moments.
Probably easy to purely blame defenders, but is this something?
Always. I think again the inconsistency through the game, and I purely, if I'm measuring from a stoppage point of view and a midfield point of view, had good moments, but then at the same time we allowed run-ons. I think Adelaide might have won 3 out of the last 4 centre bounces, which at that time of the game we've got to be better.
Just because you're so dominant in the clearance, I guess, I mean, that kind of it undoes the hard work, I guess, of, winning at source.
Yeah, well, I think numbers can be deceiving as well. Adelaide we're still pretty good around the stoppage, and they still scored from their stoppages. As I said, it's consistency through the game and making sure that when the pressure is on, that you're able to obviously perform your role and play that.
From a defensive point of view, is Trent McKenzie close?
Yeah, he is. He is close. He has started running, so not sure how close he is for this weekend. But if not this weekend, the week after.
So Bryn Teagle playing the back line in the centre, is that maybe an option going forward?
Well, it's something that we're exploring, obviously with Bryn, and also with a need, I guess, for a tall defender. Bryn's still got a bit of work to do to I guess put his hand up to be an AFL defender. But yeah, we're definitely having a look at it.
What have you made of, I guess, the key matchups in the last couple of weeks? Lockie Jones going on Nick Dacos and then Tom Jonas on Isaac Rankin. How do you feel, I guess, they've been?
Well, yeah. Look, I think you're always, matchups don't really just stay the same through a whole game. They do change. With Lockie, we broke that, after a quarter, I reckon, a little bit through the second quarter, and then this weekend, defenders, depending on where the players are on the ground, if Isaac's deep or up higher. So I think it's easy to point the finger at, I guess, one of the matchups, but really it comes back to the way we defend as a team and how the ball's going inside 50. So, and that obviously starts with the midfield not allowing that supply from stoppage, but our team defence all over the ground, that's forwards, mids and defenders, just wasn't up to scratch. So I think it's easy to point the finger at, I guess, one matchup, but really it's a collective of as a whole group.
What have you made of Zach Butters' season so far? Is he a midfielder? Is he a half forward? How do you kind of view him at the moment?
Yeah, Zach's like a lot of players. He's evolving and he's working on his game and trying to improve it. So he's a bit of both. I think a good Zach Butters delivers in both areas and has a spread of midfield versus forward time. You go back a couple of weeks to the Brisbane game and he starts in the centre bounce in the third quarter, and he's a part of a group that was really dominant around the stoppages. So he's got some strengths that add to both areas. But it's about consistency week to week.
Is that what you feel like he has to work on at the moment, consistency, or are there any other parts of his game that you like you want him working on?
Look, I think he's not on his own when it comes to consistency in the first 3 weeks this year. So as I think, for individuals to perform well, we've got to perform well as a team. So like I said, Zach's working on a lot of parts of a lot of things in his game, but he's not on his own there.
What does Port Adelaide kind of have to do, as a whole, to become one of those powerhouse teams again in the competition in your eyes?
Well, you've got to be consistent in all phases of the game, and that starts with the contest, and then you've got to be hard to score against defensively, and then you've got to be able to kick goals. So I think there's an element in each area that we've got to improve and be good at. So I don't think we can point the finger at one area. I think it's all three.
Is Ken feeling any sort of pressure? Obviously there was a horror start last year and there's an opportunity for then 3 big losses in a row. Sydney at the SCG, difficult challenge. How much pressure is Ken feeling?
I think he's coaching well. He's staying in the moment and looking to improve. Every time we come in on a Monday, whether it's a win or a loss, it's how can we get better. So, I'm really confident in us as a team that we're pushing the right things within the team. We just haven't quite nailed it yet with our consistency, but it's round 3. I'm really confident that we'll get it right.
Josh, how do you feel you're coaching at the moment? You said Ken's coaching when I was staying in one. How do you think you're doing as well?
I'd like to think I'm going all right, but there's always areas. As coaches, you're reviewing your performance each week. So, my job is to coach this midfield group and make sure that we're putting the runs on the board. And I'm always just looking for things to improve on with individuals and myself. So you're never a finished product when it comes to coaching. There's always a lot to learn, and with experience you get better and better. So I'm always open for growth.
What does Jeremy Finlayson add to the dynamic of the midfield group with him being able to get onto the ruck?
Yeah, he just brings obviously a different look. It's probably like another midfielder when the ball hits the ground. So that's nice. He came obviously played on the weekend, had some ruck time, and he'll be better for that run as well.
Can we see, I guess, horses for courses almost, where you go with Finlayson as your number 1 ruck in a game?
Who knows what it looks like going forward. At the moment, it's obviously Scotty's probably been the number 1 ruck, and it comes down to performance and as a team and individually. So, right now we're being inconsistent. So that's just the way it is.
How big a task is Swans yesterday?
Yeah, that's never an easy game. Going to Sydney and playing them on their home deck. They make you pay off the turnover with their scoring ability. They've obviously got a really good forward line and a great spread all over the ground with individuals. So we know we've got our work cut out going to Sydney, but at the same time, we think we're good enough to be able to go there and win.